let the devil out. Devil's reign.
Get it? Because like Marvel Rivals, like when you ult as Daredevil, he said the Born Again Season 2 trailer came out and it looks good. Born Again Season 1 was okay to me. It had good highs and kind of low lows. I didn't love it as a whole, but nonetheless I enjoyed it. I'm also partially biased because I like the character so much, so I'll kind of take what I can get with Daredevil. But yeah, it wasn't terrible, but it's not Netflix Daredevil. Now, regardless of my thoughts about season 1, I feel like season 2 will be peak. Now, hear me out. Could this be my bias towards Daredevil? Yes, definitely yes. But we can't know that for certain, so let's just leave it at a maybe and say I'm optimistic, okay? Okay. Bias aside, I do think season 2 will be really good for a couple of reasons. The first reason, and the biggest reason, is the creative team overhaul from season 1 to season 2. If you're unaware, late into production of Born Again season 1, there was a full creative team overhaul, and the new team had to use majority of what was already shot and made by the previous team, which resulted in them only producing, I believe, 2 episodes fully under their creative control. The reason that's important is because those 2 episodes were the most well received of the entire season. So, with the new team fully in control for every episode of season 2 and where season 1 leaves off, I have high hopes for this season. The trailer doesn't really give away too much, which is good for me. I don't want to know the whole plot, but what it shows looks really good. We got Bullseye, we got Kingpin, we got Jessica Jones, Black Suit Daredevil. What more could you ask for? Matthew Lillard jump scare. I feel like he's gonna be something real evil. I could just never trust bro. He's always sus. What else? We got Matt moving crazy, Matt moving different, sliding on the floor and shit. One thing I will say about MCU Matt versus Netflix is he's way more acrobatic in this, which I like a lot. Like in She-Hulk, when he's scaling the parking garage, that shit does not look realistic, but it's so fire. I just remembered Foggy's in the trailer. That's definitely a flashback, but imagine for a second that is not a flashback. That shit would be crazy. I remember people saying something about a comic where Foggy fakes his death or something. That sounds crazy, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't give a bring my boy back. This dude that's like Kingpin's prodigy got a real sinister energy. I'm excited to see his character in the show because nobody really knows who he is. So it's like a blank slate, which is always fun, unless people do know who he is and I'm just out the loop. I really want to know what's up with Matt, why he's falling over like that. Maybe it's PTSD from getting shot. That's all I can imagine really. But is it like somebody doing something to him as far as like messing with his brain, memories, etc.? Or is it just like actual PTSD? Because Matt really be going through it. Like he literally died in the Defenders and he's never had a problem with that as far as like trauma based on his experiences as Daredevil. So I'm curious if like this one is just like different or what's up with that. There's a shot of the prison where the Punisher is being held. I wonder if we'll see him break out or if they're saving that for the Punisher special or even Brand New Day. So that'll be cool to see. Kingpin is boxing, so that's good. Bro's in the lab. His police force is out and about. I don't know what this shot is of this like fake mask of him. I don't know if that's him under that or somebody else impersonating him. I'm kind of leaning more towards somebody impersonating Fisk, but I have no idea. I already said it, but Jessica Jones is back. I hope we get to see more Defenders throughout the show. Maybe we can get an MCU Defender show if all goes well with season 2. That would be pretty fun. I think that's pretty much everything for the trailer that I can think of. But like I said, there's multiple reasons that I think season 2 will be good. And what I'm about to say next might be controversial, but it, I'm gonna say it. I think Marvel is locking in. Now, what do I mean by this? Let me tell you. You know that feeling where it's like, damn, is Marvel falling off? Did they lose their swag? Is it over? Why do I kind of not feel that anymore? Now, let me be frank, I'm a retired Marvel glazer. I used to think Marvel could do no wrong. All hits, no misses. Then I had a series of wake-up calls. Number 1, the WandaVision finale. I'm gonna be honest, I can't even speak about the show for real because I'm gonna get emotional. For me, WandaVision was something special. The word peak goes around a lot, but for me, this really was peak. At the time, easily one of my favorite things Marvel has ever put out. Very fresh, very original. The first MCU show, I thought the future was so bright. So bright, right? So imagine my disappointment when the finale was some genuine bullshit. Like, I'm being dead ass. I can't talk about this too much. It's a sensitive topic. Let's just move on. Number 2, Multiverse of Madness. Okay, so by this point, we've gotten a plethora of MCU shows and Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternals, and No Way Home. Now, you could decide for yourself how you feel about that lineup of movies plus the shows of that era, but I think it's safe to say there's some hits and there's some misses. All that to say, despite all of that, I was still a glazer at this point. If it's MCU, I'm gonna watch it, I'm gonna f with it, etc. Okay, so I go into Multiverse of Madness excited. I'm sitting there watching and I'm like, wait, I'm not feeling anything. Like, the magic I always felt watching an MCU movie, I felt nothing. I thought it was GG's for me. Am I just growing up, or are these movies low-key mid now? Then the third thing happened. Thor, Love and Thunder. I f***ing hate this movie. This is the only MCU project, like literally the only one I can say I actively do not like. This movie is so ass, bro. What are we doing? Anyways, that was kind of just it for me. I didn't really care about the MCU like how I did before. Obviously, I kept up with it, but I wasn't impressed to make sure I see every single thing. I was a casual viewer. So fast forward to 2024, Deadpool and Wolverine comes out. I watched this movie in 4DX. If you haven't seen a 4DX movie, it's like a theme park movie theater ride. Like your seat shake and there's like effects and shit. Pretty cool. The thing is, my girlfriend's seat like broke, like literally broke. Basically the water effects like nozzle was spraying for the entire movie from start to finish, like dead ass the whole movie. We put a sweater over it, but all it did was puddle up and soak the seat. We watched this movie literally battling the elements and it was still fun as This movie has like a strongly negative perception, at least on Twitter. Like, it came out and people liked it, and then randomly a couple weeks later people hated it. This movie isn't like special or anything to me. It was just very entertaining, so I with it. Okay, so then we go into Brave New World. This movie's not ass to me, but it's also not good. Like, I'm not really trying to rewatch it, but I didn't hate it. My biggest takeaway walking out of that theater was being more so like annoyed because I with Sam and I want them to give him a good movie, but they're gonna use this movie's performance as a reason to not have him be Captain America. But it's like, the movie was mid, so like if you put him in a good movie, it would be fire, if that makes sense. But yeah, that movie's mid, so I left the theater still kind of indifferent on the MCU. Then I got hit with a 1-2 punch. They did a psychological attack on me. Let me explain. So Born Again comes out, and like I said, I'm biased towards Daredevil, so my brain is back in the MCU. Like, I'm thinking about the MCU future. I'm thinking, when are we gonna see Daredevil next? Is he gonna meet the Avengers? All that. Ultimately, I was just excited to see my GOAT in the MCU, fully in the MCU. Okay, so then fast forward the full show cycle. That puts us right into Thunderbolts. Now listen, I'm not about to beat around the bush. I love this movie. This is a top tier MCU movie for me. I don't care what anybody says. When Fantastic Four came out, I told my coworker I with Thunderbolts more. He looked at me crazy as I don't care. Thunderbolts is a great MCU movie. So at this point in time, I'm low-key back, but I'm not back. Like, I'm back, but it's low-key. Like, I'm back, but it's... Then we go into Fantastic Four, and like I said, I like Thunderbolts more, but Fantastic Four is still a solid movie for me. Like, I have some gripes with it, but I do really love the artistic direction, and more than that, I'm very invested in this group of characters and how they're portrayed. Like, I really do like the group dynamic in this movie. Okay, so not a bad run, but surely they won't be able to keep this. Wonder Man, this shit and Atomic fucking bomb. Wonder Man is a top 3 Disney Plus show. I don't care. And I feel like I can say that comfortably because like this show is dead ass good as I don't know how to convey that it doesn't feel like an MCU show, let alone a Disney Plus show. Like it feels really good, very polished, like well-written television. It doesn't force a big battle at the end or an irrelevant plot line that was never set up. It stays true to itself through and through. And because of that, it makes for an excellent show. And before I continue, I already know someone is gonna be like, well, you skipped a couple projects, so I don't see how. Listen, bro. First of all, shut the fuck up. Second of all, my relationship, so to speak, with the MCU does not hinge on every project resonating with me, being fire to me. That's never what it was. I just want there to be an adequate amount of projects that I do care about compared to just me not caring at all, if that makes sense. Like, to explain that a little more, Agatha all along, I didn't watch that show. It got pretty good reviews. I don't really care to watch it, honestly, and that's okay. Me not watching that should not take away from other people's enjoyment and vice versa. I'm glad that people enjoyed it. Maybe I will watch it one day. I just haven't watched it yet. Now, on the contrary, Ironheart, I did watch. I enjoyed it. It wasn't peak to me. It wasn't bad to me. It was a fine show. So like that's also not going to take away from this quote unquote streak that they were on for me, if that makes sense, right? That makes sense. Same thing with like Marvel Zombies or even the Captain Marvel sequel. I didn't watch that. I think some people did enjoy it. I think the demographic that's aiming towards is not necessarily me. And again, that's okay. It's fine, you know. Now, let's actually look to the future. We have Born Again Season 2, Spider-Man Brand New Day, and Avengers Doomsday. We also have The Punisher Special and Vision Quest and Secret Wars, but I just want to focus on these upcoming 3 first. We know Punisher is in Brand New Day, so we can assume that at the very least, Born Again Season 2 is the tiniest bit relevant to the events of Brand New Day, giving us some type of through line between an MCU show and an MCU movie, similar to WandaVision and Multiverse of Madness. The difference this time is Destin Daniel Cretton. I don't know if I'm glazing, I don't know if I'm doing too much, but I think he's the best MCU director outside the Russos. Like, deadass. Shang-Chi and Wonder Man are both great, and I know he only directed the first 2 episodes of Wonder Man, but from my understanding, he like created the show. So yeah, I'm gonna give him that. The reason I bring up Wonder Man and speak so highly of it is because like the excellence of the show has made me so confident for Brand New Day. This will by far be the best MCU Spider-Man movie, I have no doubt. The leaked trailer in 144p was peak. Like, really think about that. Grainy ass trailer, I could barely see shit, and it's still peak. This movie is gonna be generational. And that brings us obviously to Doomsday, which is a very divisive movie before it even comes out. Regardless of your opinion though, people are talking about it and people are gonna see it. This is the most prominent Marvel has been in years, which brings me back to what this is all about. Born Again Season 2. We have a new creative team who has a great track record given what we've seen from the end of Season 1. The MCU as a whole is on a good run with what it's been putting out and seemingly with what we will get in the future. We're seeing real MCU connectivity again. Season 2 will hopefully go into the Punisher special, which will then go into Brand New Day, or vice versa. Regardless, MCU connectivity. The trailer looks good, and there's a lot of implications for cool things to expect. For the first time in a while, I am truly excited about the future of the MCU. Things are looking bright, things are looking good. I no longer have that feeling of like, damn, this shit low-key mid. I'm actually happy with what I've been seeing. I don't think I'm coping or being biased when I say Daredevil Born Again Season 2 will be peak. Let me know if you think I'm just yapping or if you agree that it'll be good. I could be completely wrong, but we'll get Season 2 in March, so we don't have to wait too long to find out. That's about it for today. I know I'm talking real confidently about Daredevil. Like I said, I'm biased. You know, that's my goal. I just want the show to be good. I want Marvel to be good. I want DC to be good. I know this isn't about DC at all. I just want my superhero media to be good. I'm not really in any type of war pertaining to like Marvel better, DC better. I don't care. I just want good content. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me yap. This has been Double Creature. Goodbye.